Hello, everyone. We need to have a very serious discussion with Republicans. Okay, and I'm not saying this because I love Republicans. Okay, this is not a video about me liking Republicans. This is a video about me hating Democrats and needing to stop them. Okay, that's what my main goal is: stopping Democrats, taking away power from Democrats. And Republicans are losing elections in years that they shouldn't be losing. Okay, given Biden's success rate, his popularity, not a single Democrat should have won anywhere. Okay, in 2023. Okay, um, and Republicans seem to be thinking that Biden's unpopularity is going to transfer, is going to result in wins for them, and that's not happening. Okay, we've been looking at midterm elections for there was some elections in 2022. We saw Republicans losing there. Elections this year in 2023, we see Republicans losing. And not only, I mean, they're losing in red states. Okay, they're losing. They're definitely losing purple states. I'm thinking particularly of Kentucky. How does a Democrat win in Kentucky? Okay, they did. Okay, and Democrats won in Virginia. Okay, so we have to analyze the situation and realize what's happening here. What course must Republicans take in order to start winning? Because if Republicans don't start winning, okay, I mean, the country is going to be run entirely by Democrats, and, without any restrictions. It's going to become I mean, it already kind of is a unit party, but it is going to become like 100% Democrat across the board. Okay, so Republicans need to make some compromises in order to stop Democrats. Okay, now when I look at the states where Democrats won, why did they win? What was the key issue, especially like in these purple states? Okay, the key issue, unfortunately, was abortion. Okay, we have to come to terms with the reality, okay, that 60% of Americans are shit. Okay, we have to come to terms with that reality. They lack morals. You're not going to change them. Okay, the fact is, being like 100% blunt here. Okay, 60% of Americans don't care about killing children. Okay, they don't care about it. It's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. We're not going to change them. Okay, so of the 60% that seem to vote for Democrats, I mean the 45% of them are like hardcore socialists. People that are going to vote Democrat no matter what. There's that like 10%, right, that moves them. There's that 10% that we typically refer to as independents that you can kind of win over on issues like the economy, issues like taxes, okay, issues like that. But those same people, right, are saying, screw those issues, screw the economy, screw my money, screw my financial condition. For whatever reason, in their mind, they want to kill babies. That's what they want to do, okay? So what they do is they vote for Democrats, okay? So in order to win that 10% that's in the middle, right, those independents that sometimes vote Republican on financial issues, but prefer to vote Democrat on social issues, right? If we don't pull those people over to the Republican side, Republicans are never going to win elections. And what's going to happen is, based on what I've seen in elections 2023, elections 2022, okay, regardless of how terrible Biden might be doing, regardless of open borders, regardless of if the economy gets even worse, okay, regardless of that, okay, Biden is going to win re-election. Okay? We have to face that reality. Republicans keep bullshitting themselves and lying to themselves that he's not, but the hard, cold facts indicate that Biden is going to win re-election. Republicans are looking at the Biden corruption. They're saying, hey, we got proof. We got bank records. People that like killing babies don't care if Biden is corrupt. They don't care if he's stealing money. They don't care if he's taking money from China. They don't care if he's taking money from Russia. They don't care if he's taking money from freaking Martians, okay? Baby killers don't care about those things, okay? And the fact is that 60% of the American people are baby killers. You just gotta face that reality, okay? Face that reality. We are never going to win elections if Republicans don't give up this pro-choice, pro-life issue that they got, okay? They just have to abandon it, because what's gonna happen, okay? That you got justices like Clarence Thomas, Alito, okay, even Roberts at this point. These guys are getting old, okay. They're gonna die off, okay, and we're not gonna win the Senate back. We're not gonna win. You know, I don't say, when I say we, I don't mean like I'm like a hardcore Republican. What I'm saying is that Democrats are going to hold on to the presidency. They're going to hold on to the Senate, okay. And they're going to get complete control of the Supreme Court. And in the flash of an eye, they are going to just reverse the Dobbs decision, okay? And the gains that Republicans think that they made is going to be immediately reversed overnight, as well as the gun rights victories. They're going to be immediately reversed overnight. Because what happens, right, with the conservative majority that we have now in the Supreme Court, it's not really conservative majority. These are more like judicial constitution, like not even constitutionalists. These are institutionalists, right? The majority that's on the Supreme Court right now doesn't care so much about our gun rights or our freedoms. They're more interested in maintaining the power of the judicial branch and not letting the executive branch take power away from the judicial branch, okay? So that's what they're primarily interested in, and all these so-called victories that we think that we got, they were towards that end of the judicial branch maintaining its power, okay? So what happens is they look at the Constitution, they look at procedural stuff, you know, and they basically, they don't necessarily try to rule in favor of individual rights or gun rights. They try to rule in favor of the judicial branch of the system, the judicial system. Okay, now and what happens is this is a very long, drawn out process, right? Because they're trying to do their job the way that they think it's supposed to be done, and they don't care about what the results are going to be, right? So they're not necessarily looking, right? This so-called conservative majority that we have now, they're not necessarily looking for specific results. What they're looking for is maintaining judicial power and protecting their system, okay? If Democrats get liberals, okay, or so-called liberals elected to the Supreme Court and they get a majority, okay, they do not care about procedurals and stuff like that. They're going to immediately reverse these victories that Republicans think that they got. So it took all these years for Republicans to get the small victories that they got, but if Democrats gain control of the Supreme Court, they are going to reverse them overnight, okay? And they'll pull whatever excuse out of their asses to justify it in the courts, right, and at the Supreme Court, but they will reverse it overnight. So this small victory that the conservative Republicans think that they got with the abortion Dobbs decision, it will be immediately reversed, okay, if they lose the Supreme Court. So in the interest of just holding on to the tiny victory that they got, okay, they better make some compromises, okay, and win elections and do what it takes to win elections, okay. Here's the thing: the Republicans, right? Somehow they find a way, right? When there is a war in Afghanistan or Iraq, okay, they're able to justify the killing of babies, right, as collateral damage, right? So if a bomb falls in Iraq or Afghanistan and some civilians get killed and some babies get killed over there, that's collateral damage, okay? So Republican conservatives are able to justify that somehow in their mind, okay, through all these wars that they supported, okay? Through the same means, okay, they have to justify the killing of American babies as collateral damage, okay, for the greater good of winning elections, okay, because Republicans are not going to win elections if they don't give up this pro-life, anti-abortion stance. They're just not, because again, the reality is I don't support it. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's bad. Okay, I think it's evil. But the reality is that 60% plus of Americans like killing babies. Okay, that's just what it is. All right, you can't change that. You're not going to teach them. You're not going to. You can't change them. Okay, the only thing that these conservatives can do is do away with this label of pro-life, okay, pro-choice, okay, and just take the new stance and say that they will not interfere, okay, with Democrats killing their own children, okay. That's the position that they need to say. They say we're not pro-abortion, but we will not interfere with Democrats murdering their children, okay. That's what they need to put out there, right? Because when they make it like this constitutional legal issue, okay, a lot of people out there are able to like justify it on some type of freedom ground, okay. But if you say forget that, right, and you go to these people and you say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to interfere with you killing your children, okay, and that's now something that's going to make people think, right? And that probably has a better chance of stopping people from having abortions, because if you phrase it to them in that way, if that's the public position that you take, right, that I'm not going to interfere with you murdering your children, okay, I mean, that's probably going to dig in a little deeper into people's brains, okay. So I think that at this point, that is the wiser. The wiser route, and in the long term, that probably has a better chance of yielding the results that these conservatives want, of less American children dying. Okay, if they phrase it that way. Okay, what Republicans need to start broadcasting, right, is that I'm not going to interfere with you murdering your children, but okay, having an abortion does not make you unpregnant. It makes you the parent of a dead child, right, that you killed. Okay, that's the way you stick it to the Democrats, right? That's how you put the knife in them and twist it, because they got to live with that for the rest of their lives. Okay, that's how you get under their skin. Okay, not by trying to force legislation down their throats, because that doesn't hurt Democrats. That hurts us. We lose elections, and in the end, Democrats do whatever they want to do anyway. Okay, so in order to make any meaningful change, Republicans need to stop Democrats from winning elections, and they're gonna have to really lay off this abortion issue, because they're losing elections. I've seen this happen a number of times already. They're not just Republicans. It'd be one thing if Republicans were losing elections in blue states, but they're losing elections in purple states, and they're even losing elections in red states, okay, over this issue, okay? So they need to stop. They need to really rethink their strategy and start winning elections, because in the end, that's the only thing that's gonna mean anything, right? At the point that Republicans gain a supermajority on the Senate and control the House and the presidency, right, and the Supreme Court, then we can come back and talk about this abortion issue again, okay? But until that happens, okay, Republicans need to need to come up with a winning strategy. And clearly, it's not the pro-life strategy that they're taking. Okay, and again, this is me. Okay, being willing to make the sacrifices for my children, right? Because I love my kids. Okay, and if you ask me, okay, would you sacrifice a Democrat's child to save, let's say, my kids? Hell yes, I would sacrifice a Democrat child. Okay, right? My kids come first. Okay, and all you guys watching out there, okay, you should be thinking the same thing. Don't put your kids at risk, okay, by losing elections, okay, because that affects their future. Don't put your kids at risk trying to save the children of Democrats, okay? Let Democrats go to hell with their lineage. First of all, a lot of these children that Democrats raise, they grow up to be losers anyway, criminals, drug dealers. They end up doing a lot of these school shootings. Okay, so stop trying to protect the children of Democrats. Take care of your own kids first. Win elections for the sake of your children. Okay, so I know this has been a total rant, but I've been like, I'm totally frustrated with the fact that Democrats are still winning elections. Basically in a recession cycle where the president is an obvious failure, right? Has no idea if he's coming or going, okay? And Democrats are still winning elections. So there's something really wrong with the Republican strategy. They need to change direction in places that just need to stop losing the elections on these key issues that they're losing them on, right? And that's primarily this abortion issue. Okay, it's just killing them. Okay, so there it is, guys. Drop some comments below. This is really a video that I dreaded doing. Okay, I love making videos, right? But this is a video that I dreaded doing. I didn't want to do this video, but I think that we need to start talking about this. We need to come up with a winning strategy. And again, it's not like it's the position that I'm taking here is not that I'm pro-abortion. Okay, it's just that I value my kid's life more than the life of Democrats. Okay, that's the position that I'm taking. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Hey, one other quick thing, one other issue that we're losing on, okay, and that's the legalized marijuana issue, okay? Again, this mostly affects the children of Democrats, okay? It affects, fuck them, okay? I mean, I gotta save my kids. I'm not gonna go through all that trouble to save the children of Democrats, okay? So that's the other issue that Republicans just need to give up and start winning elections, because we're really close to losing the Supreme Court. And if that goes, I mean, we're finished. I mean, they're gonna, again, overnight, they're gonna just reverse any gains we have made over the last, 10, 15 years. Hey, I got another good slogan for conservatives to use against Democrats. Their family vacation is not complete without that child that they aborted, okay? That's how you stick it to Democrats. You put the knife in there and you turn it. And you put billboards like that all over the place so that every day they are constantly reminded, okay? But this hurts Democrats, okay? Don't lose elections, because if you lose elections, that doesn't hurt Democrats. That hurts you.